the M4 to Slough and hope that they have a safe journey back. If you are listening and you're a Merthyr fan, please feel free to contact us. You can contact us a couple of ways. You can do it via Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio. Or if you're listening on the YouTube, there should be a little bit that says comments. Your comments will come through to us here and we will give you some shout outs throughout the game. So my name is Ada. I will be your commentator today and I will apologise straight away. I have been ill all week, so my throat is really sore and I must be coughing a lot and whatever. So hopefully today won't be as bad as the last game between the two sides back in October, where Merthyr raced into a 4-goal lead against Slough, and 4 goals after 21 minutes. It was 4-0 at half time, and Slough with that a crazy comeback to win 5-4. So hopefully it won't be that exciting here because my throat most probably won't survive. But we'll do the best to give you a commentary. We'll also give you the rundown from the other games in our league as well and keep you up to date. So like I say, if you do want to get in contact with us, you can contact us via Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio or on the YouTube comment section. So you can do that. And we're just waiting here. It's a bit of a damp afternoon here at Arbour Park. The rain has been coming down slowly for the last couple of hours. It does make the fact that the pitch here at Arbour Park will be very slick and will be an advertisement to slick passing. Both sides do like to play some good passing, so we should be in for a good game this afternoon. Just to make you aware, there will be a minute's silence before the game in the memory of Super Kev McGoldrick, so everyone will be abiding by that, as will be. So there will be a minute's silence for Super Kev, and if you haven't seen it, there is a Just Giving page for Super Kev to help with the funeral expenses, and if you haven't already given to that, you can do that. If you just go to Just Giving and then type in, I think it's Neil Baker or Kevin McGoldrick, type that in and it will come up. There's been over £6,000 raised already, so a big thank you to everyone who's already put some money in, but please, everything that can help at these difficult times. And it's I'm just watching some people sit in the reserved seats. There you go, as always. So we will run through the two sides for you in a second, and I'll also run through the other games in the Southern Premier League. There has been one cancellation already. Surprise, surprise, it's at St Ives. That should be a song, shouldn't it? Surprise, surprise, St Ives has been postponed. So the other games in the Southern Premier League this afternoon: Basingstoke Town versus Tiverton. It's Chesham versus Bishop Stortford. Dunstable, who had a great midweek win against Weymouth, they host St Neots. Frome versus Redditch. Gosport Borough versus Dorchester. Hereford versus Banbury. Hitchin versus Kings Lynn. Kettering versus Biggleswade. Kings Langley Stratford. And Weymouth versus Farnborough. Those are the other games in the Southern Premier League on this afternoon. And we also have some upcoming games for the Rebels. This Tuesday, Slough will be at home to Kings Langley here at Arbour Park. 7:45 kickoff. That's on Tuesday the 30th of January. Then there's two away games. Slough are away on Saturday the 3rd of February, that's next Saturday, where they are away to Tiverton Town. There is a supporters coach running, and if you do want to see that, just look on the supporters trust details, and they will give you all the details of the coach times there. And there is also on Wednesday the 7th, remember that is a Wednesday the 7th of Feb, that there will be a game against Frome. So two away games for the Rebels coming up this week. So those are what you need to keep your eyes out for this weekend. So we're just going to run through the two sides for you for the first time this afternoon. Like I say, I do apologise, I am slightly ill, so there might be a little bit of coughing and sniffing and whatever going on. So I'll run through the two sides, starting with the visitors. Merthyr Town. In goal is Oliver Davies. 2, Miles John. 3, Adam Davies. 4 is the captain, Ashley Evans. 15 is Scott Tancock. 6 is Connor Hanford. 7 is Jay Bowen. 8 Harry Franklin. 9 Corey Jenkins. 10 Harrison Lewis. And 11 is Ian Traylor. Substitutes for Merthyr this afternoon are 12 Liam Martin. 13 is Cameron Clark. 14 is Gavin Williams. 5 is Lee Price. And 17 is Ryan Prosser. For the Rebels, in goal is Jack Turner. 2 Josh Jackman. 3 George Wells. 4 Guy Hollis. 5 is the captain Alan Innes. 6 is Lee Togwell. 7 is Nathan Webb. 8 Matt Lynch. 9 Ben Harris. 10 Chris Flood. And 11 is Manny Williams. Substitutes for the Rebels this afternoon: Nathan Smart. 12. 14 is Sean Fraser. 15 James Dobson. 16 is Warren Harris. And 18 is Brad Watkins. So those are your two sides for you. We are just waiting for the two sides to come out of the tunnel. I'll run through those two teams for you again just before kick-off. And again, I do apologise if you're going to pick up a little bit of coughing and sniffing going on. I have been ill all week, unfortunately. Good afternoon to Will Reese, who's listening in via YouTube and has commented, and also Keris Roberts. He's a Merthyr fan listening. Welcome along, and be able to get in contact throughout what's going on through the day today with what's going on. So hopefully we won't have as an eventful a game as earlier in the season, because I don't think my throat can take it, but we'll see how it goes. We are just waiting for the two sides to come out this afternoon. Merthyr Town will be in white shirts, black shorts and white socks. They'll be in the usual home kit, and like I say, there will be a minute's silence here at Arbour Park for Super Kev McGoldrick. His funeral details have been posted on the Slough Town website, and you can go along to those. The wake will be held here at Arbour Park as well, and just look at those details and you'll be able to get everything that you need. So we're just waiting for a few fans just to make their way out of the bar. The tunnel's already out, so we're just waiting for the two sides. Today's referee is Philip Stayings. His assistants, Alex Lewis and Lennon Davis. So here come the two sides. So I'll run through those two sides for you. The starting 11s. For Merthyr, in goal is Oliver Davies. 2 Miles John. 3 Adam Davies. 4 is the captain Ashley Evans. 15 Scott Tancock. 6 is Connor Hanford. 7 Jay Bowen. 8 Harry Franklin. 9 Corey Jenkins. 10 Harrison Lewis. And 11 is Ian Traylor. For the Rebels, in goal is Jack Turner. 2 Josh Jackman. 3 George Wells. 4 Guy Hollis. 5 is the captain Alan Innes. 6 is Lee Togwell. 7 is Nathan Webb. 8 Matt Lynch. 9 is Ben Harris. 10 Chris Flood. And 11 is Manny Williams. Your referee, Mr. Philip Stayings, and his two assistants, Alex Lewis and Lennon Davis. And like I say, you will hear a minute's silence for Super Kev before this game does start. And the sad news that has affected the club big time. 32 years Super Kev was the physio here. He was well loved by so many people, and it'll be a very emotional minute that will come along. And we're just waiting for the referee just to wait for his two assistants to come back, and a small band of Merthyr fans who have made their way down here this afternoon. The referee just calling 2 sets over here, and he's just calling the 2 captains along. I think he's not going to call them. Yeah, just going to call the 2 captains along before they do the minute silence. So the referee's just going through the handshakes and coin toss here. We're just seeing that that's all done, so we'll just be prepared for a minute silence.
Can we be outstanding, please, for the minute silence of Super Kev?
Observe minute silence, and our thanks to the Merthyr fans, players, and their management team for abiding by that as well. So we'll run through those two sides for you in a second. We're just going to run through very quickly. In goal for Merthyr is Oliver Davies, 2 Miles John, 3 is Adam Davies, 4 is Ashley Evans, 15 Scott Tancock, 6 is Connor Hanford, 7 is Jay Bowen, 8 Harry Franklin, 9 Corey Jenkins, 10 Harrison Lewis, and 11 is Ian Traylor. We've just got to put the stopwatch on. And I run through. It's going to be Merthyr that will take the kick-off. They'll be shooting from left to right, so they'll be shooting towards the St Joseph's School end. Slough will be going the opposite direction towards the LHEA. Rain has just about stopped here. Oh, and there we go. The game has officially started. And the ball played back here towards Davies. Played forwards. Hooks along, headed away well by Hollis. Tries to find Flood. Flood does well to control the ball inside the Merthyr half. Holds it up and then finds Josh Chapman. Chapman 10 yards inside the Merthyr half. Runs down the near hand side. Gets clouted there and wins a free kick. And I'll just run through that starting 11 for you for the Rebels. In goal is Jack Turner, 2 Josh Chapman, 3 George Wells, 4 Guy Hollis, 5 Alan Innes, 6 Lee Togwell, 7 is Nathan Webb, 8 Matt Lynch, 9 Ben Harris, 10 Chris Flood, and 11 is Manny Williams. Those are your starting 11. So now have a early free kick on the far hand side, around about 40 yards away from the Merthyr goal. It will be Matt Lynch to come across to take it. It is right by the far side, so on the sideline. And Slough sent forwards Hollis and Innes for this one. Referee just making sure he gets into position. Matt Lynch to take this free kick for Slough. Lynch whips the ball into the penalty box. Ben Harris trying to get there. Comes off the head of a Merthyr play. Stays in touch here by Evans. Evans with the ball down the line. Trying to find Lewis. Headed away well by Wells. Into the centre. And Togwell wins it back for Slough. Ball played out on the far hand side. Trying to find Flood. Flood does well to win the ball back. Gives it back in towards Togwell. Togwell working hard. In here towards Lynch. Lynch down that right hand side. Chips the ball in the first time. Looking for Ben Harris. Tries to get there. Good defensive header by Davis. Comes out here towards Evans. Evans with the ball down the line. Headed away well by Wells. Comes here towards Nathan Webb. Hits a lazy ball in. One back here by Jenkins. Jenkins with the ball across here towards Evans. Goes back to his goalkeeper Davies and has the ball at his feet in the just outside his 6-yard box. And Davies just chipping the ball forwards here. And it's a defensive header by Merthyr. Ball flicked on. Trying to find Manny Williams. High foot in there, but it's gone back towards Oliver Davies from Adam Davis. And it's the ball here with the Merthyr Town goalkeeper. Just rolls it a couple of feet outside of his box. Chipping the ball here on this nice side to Miles John. Under pressure immediately from George Wells. Hooks the ball down the client field. Looking for the run of Traylor. But it's got too much on it and goes all the way through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Who immediately plays it out to Josh Chapman in the right back position. Plays it back in here towards Alan Innes. Innes back across the back forward to Hollis. Hollis under pressure from Traylor. Finds George Wells. Again, Merthyr working hard to make Slough play the ball quickly. And it's Lewis on the back of Webb, but Slough have the ball here with Innes. Back to Hollis. Playing it across the back 18-yard box. In towards Nathan Webb. Finds Josh Chapman on the overlap here. Chapman with the ball down the fine. Trying to find Ben Harris. Ben Harris running down that near hand side. Trying to get to the bar. Gets across in over the head of Manny Williams. Bouncing into the box towards Lynch. And he's tackled as he tries to shoot. And it's saved by the goalkeeper Davies. Good defensive tackle there. That was by Tancock. Just as Lynch was looking about to fire there. Good defending by Merthyr, and Davies with the kick in the air underneath it is Josh Chapman. Just holds off the challenge of Jenkins, and it's out for a throw to the Rebels. And Josh Chapman just waiting for a young fan to go and grab the ball for him. And Chapman will take the throw. 5 feet inside his own half. Quick throw in towards Nathan Webb. Cushion ball in towards Chapman, but Jenkins gets there first, but can't keep the ball in place. Out for a throw. And Slough gained about 10 feet now, 5 feet inside the Merthyr half. Quick throw there, looking for a Flood. Headed defensively back there by Hanford. It goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. And just has the ball at his feet, waiting for his side to get back up the field. And Davies, long ball down the field. That's going to go all the way through to Hollis. Flicks the header on here towards Wells. Wells under pressure from Jenkins. Ball over to he finds Flood. Flood's got acres of space now. Manages to control the ball. Waiting for some box bodies in the box. It's a good defensive tackle block there by Connor Hanford. It's a corner to the Rebels. First corner of the game. And it'll be Matt Lynch that goes across to take this corner for Slough. On that far hand side. And it's Lynch to take it. It's going to be an out-swinging corner here. And Slough just making a bit of movement inside the box there. It's just waiting for the referee to say that. Ball played in, headed away well though by Evans. Comes out here towards Josh Chapman. Just lifts the ball back into the box. Underneath it is Inns, but headed away by Tanker. Bounces around on the edge of the box. Some diving challenges going in. One back here by Togwell. Flicks the ball in. Ben Harris gets the ball. He's onside, running down the left-hand side. Gets a cross in at the far post. Oh, and Hollis jumped up to get there. It comes through to Lynch. Still going. Oh, what a goal by Matty Lynch. And what a cross by Ben Harris. It was a great cross. It put Merthyr under pressure. The goal coming from Matt Lynch on 6 minutes. And it was a great cross by Ben Harris down the left hand. Hit it with some pace. And still up form with the corner was Guy Hollis. Headed the ball up in the air. It was one back and Matt Lynch just burst into the 6-yard box and then volleys the ball into the back of the neck to give Slough an early lead here. It's Slough Town 1, Merthyr 0. And Matt Lynch with that early goal for the Rebels. And that is Lynch's 13th goal of the season so far in his 29th appearance. Not bad for a midfield position. It's Trailer that takes the kick-off back here towards Evans. Played across there towards Adam Davies. Looks like Merthyr playing a free at the back here. Headed away though by Inns, and the ball still bouncing around. One back by Trailer, playing a little bit deeper here than we've seen him before. Ball played in by Miles John. Given away towards Hollis. Hollis finds Lynch towards Wells. Wells with the ball across, but no one from Slough had changed their run. And it goes all the way through to Davies in goal, who just plays the ball back out here towards Evans. Evans with the chip ball down the field. Headed away though by Wells. In towards Flood. Flood with a little cushion ball in towards Lynch. Finds Wells. Wells with the ball forward. Taken on the chest by Ashley Evans. Ben Harris. Oh, robs him of the ball. Gets fouled there. And it's a free kick to the Rebels. And Evans will get spoken to here by the referee for a foul on Ben Harris. Ben Harris looking very lively in these first couple of minutes. And it's Matt Lynch will take this free kick. It's around about 30 yards away from goal. And it's about a couple of feet away from the sideline. And it's a chance for Slough to put the ball back into the danger zone here, trying to put Merthyr under some early pressure. It's Lynch to take it. Trailer as a one-man rule for Merthyr, just being told to come back a certain distance by the referee. And just waiting for the referee to get back into position here. Lynch to take this free kick. Bit of movement by the Slough box. Oh, it's a great ball in. Oh, and Inns rises high, but just can't head the ball down. And it's over the top of the bar for a goal kick to Merthyr. But it's a good start by the Rebels here. And it's a free kick just inside the. Is he taking? I think he may be given that as an offside, rather than a. So it's a free kick to Merthyr just by the penalty spot for Davies, the goalkeeper, to take. And long ball down the field. Inns with the header. Ball will come out here towards John. John will just let that ball roll out for a Merthyr throw. And he takes it towards Trader. Gets the ball back. Flicks the ball in. Jenkins flicks the header on. Looking for Lewis. But hooked clear by Hollis, and then Ben Harris doing well again to put Evans under a bit of pressure in the back three there of Merthyr, and it goes through to the goalkeeper Davies. Long ball forward again, looking for Jenkins. Inns with the header. Ball comes in the centre here towards Hanford. Hanford finds Morris John under pressure from Matt Lynch, so being forced back towards his own goal. Finds Ashley Evans. Evans chased down by Manny Williams. Manages to play the ball across to Tancock on the far hand side. He's got a little pass ball in, looking for Bowen. Bowen's back towards Tancock, in towards Evans. Merthyr just trying to keep the ball a little bit just to calm it down. Played the ball long there, but it's got too much on it and goes out of play for a throw to Slough, level with the 18-yard box. A good number of Merthyr fans have made the journey back down here to Slough, and ball played through to Turner from the throw, and he's been forced under pressure from Jenkins to play it quick, but manages to find Josh Chapman. Chapman with the ball inside here towards Togwell, halfway inside the Slough half. Togwell's ball is well read by Merthyr's Hanford. Gets it to Jenkins. Jenkins plays the ball back, trying to play the ball in for John, but well spotted by Hollis, and immediately tries to find Flood. Flood just slows it down here, and then chips it on the great ball in, looking to find the run of Nathan Webb. Webb on the far hand side, finds some space, in towards Harris. Harris just takes it too far, finds Chris Flood on the edge of the box, back out in towards Harris. Harris tries to shoot, he does shoot, it's fumbled by the goalkeeper, and he manages to get it a second attempt, just as Manny Williams was trying to get there to get it in, but he does well to get hold of it at that second time, and it's a good save by the Merthyr Town goalkeeper. Just bear with me a second. Apologies there. Right, so it's a throw to Merthyr on that far hand side, because I do apologise that have the flu at the moment, so just bear with me if I do have to cough a bit. And ball's just gone out of play off Hanford there on the far hand side, and it's a throw to Slough, taken by Chapman. Finds Ben Harris. Chapman gets the ball in towards Nathan Webb. Webb just turns, finds Lee Togwell inside the centre circle, in towards Lynch. Lynch's ball is hit too far, but Hollis wins it back, and back in towards Lynch in the centre circle for Slough. Finds Manny Williams. Williams under pressure immediately, but it does well to turn and beats Lewis and finds Chapman. Chapman's ball in. Good defending, but it comes out here towards Manny Williams. It's shot, comes out towards Flood. He's hit the post. It's gone all the way across the goal. Ben Harris straight on. Ben Harris just gets bundled to the floor there inside the box, and the referee says that isn't a foul, but Slough have a great chance. A good save by Davis, and then the rebound came towards Flood. He hit it first time, it hit the post, went all the way across the goal, and then it's out for a throw to the Rebels, and it's going to be a long throw into the box. Guy Hollis will go across to take this for Slough. He's about a couple of yards away from the corner flag. Launches this long throw into the box. Goes all the way across. Comes through to the far post. What a save by the goalkeeper Davis from Ben Harris. I don't know how the referee's given a goal kick, unless he's saved it and pushed it back onto Ben Harris. But that is a great save by the goalkeeper. But apparently it's a goal kick. I don't know how. I am astounded. But it was a fantastic save. Ben Harris just at the back post there, just looking to smash that in. It must have maybe taken a deflection off the goalkeeper and then off Ben Harris. It's a goal kick to Merthyr, but Slough should be 2-3 up here at the early stage inside the first 13 minutes. And it's Davies with this long kick down the field, looking for Jenkins. Ins with the header, but he's climbing all over Lewis. It's a free kick to Merthyr, 40 yards away from the Slough goal. And the first chance for Merthyr. I thought that Merthyr might just send a few players forward, but they're just sitting back and defending here at the moment. Rain just starting to just come down a little bit here. Trailer standing over this free kick for Merthyr. He's got Jay Bowen with him. Plays it back here though towards Hancock. Ball in towards Bowen. Bowen's trying to find Trailer. Great tackle by Hollis, but the referee says it's not. It's a foul by Hollis on Jenkins. It's a free kick to Merthyr, and this one's in dangerous territory, about 25 yards away from the Slough goal, but almost level with the tram line of the 18-yard box. And it'll be Trailer that will take it. They do send forwards this time Tancock and Evans for this one. And Slough send everyone back apart from Ben Harris for this free kick. Just a 3-man wall for the Rebels. And it is Trailer standing over this free kick for Merthyr. Harris just been told to come back. Trailer takes this one. Unfortunately, that is high over the top of the bar and the ground. So there you go. So it's 1-0 here to Slough. 14 minutes goal. Goal coming from Matt Lynch on 6 minutes. I'll try and give you some updates into some of the latest scores from around the other games for you as well. Ball played forward by Turns. One back though by Merthyr. Played forward looking for a Trailer. Trailer beaten to the header by Alan Innes. Comes here towards Chapman. Chapman just goes inside the Merthyr half. Switches it for a Flood. Flood with a bit of space. Just needs a little bit of help. He's on his own. Up against 2 players. Still has the ball. In her assistance is Wells. Wells crosses first time. Headed away though by Tancock. Wells wins the second header. Ball bouncing around. Manny Williams gets in there first. Finds Flood. Flood on the edge of the box. Gets a lucky ricochet. Bursts through. He's almost played it across. It's hooked clear in the end by Franklin. And then it's come off Josh Chapman last. And another chance for the Rebels. How they didn't put that one in. Chris Flood had a bit of space there. And then he tried to play it across as he could see the people were trying to block the area there. Matt Lynch just got some scissors on him at the moment. Just going to cut his laces by the looks of that. And so Slough temporarily down to 10 men. Harris with the flick on, trying to find Flood up against Evans. Evans gets to the ball first and hooks the ball out. And it's is it still? No, it's kept in well there by Tancock. And Tancock under pressure clears the ball down the line. But it comes off Jenkins last, and it will be a throw to Slough on the far hand side. I will give you some latest scores from the other games in our league in a second here. And it looks like Matt Lynch has got an ankle strapping, which is causing him some problems here at the moment. So they're just having that cut off a little bit to give him a bit more freedom. So he's now temporarily down to my apologies there. I accidentally unplugged the computer bit there, so that there was no sound coming through, and I had to just restart the computer. My apologies there that you've lost a little bit of sound. Hopefully we are back on now. I'm just not in the right brains this afternoon. Ball's here with Trailer down the right hand side, being chased down here by Hollis. Trailer does well to flick the ball past him. Crosses first. I thought he crossed, but it was actually a shot by Trailer, and it made a good save there by Jack Turner, who watched it all the way. And it's a good save. Still 1-0. We played 19 minutes of the first half here. Again, my apologies there for turning the computer off. Quick ball through from Slough. One back by Miles John, but only finds Chris Flood. Flood brought the ball back in here towards Manny Williams. In towards Lynch. Finds Ben Harris, but then George Wells running across. Dink little ball in, finds Nathan Webb, but it's one back by Togwell. Finds Ben Harris on the right hand side this time. Ben Harris just trying to make his way down that right hand side. Up against him is Hanford. Does well to get a cross in. Flood's there trying to get to it. Headed by, comes back out here towards Lynch. Lynch being forced by, crosses back in, headed away by John. Ball still bouncing around. It's Bowen in the end who tries to bring the ball out. Does really well to bring the ball out and brings it out 30 odd yards. In finds Jenkins on the far hand side. Jenkins up against Josh Chapman. But Nathan Webb comes back for Slough to win the ball back, and then finds Manny Williams. Manny Williams, little ball inside here towards Lynch. Lynch just being forced wide as he has the ball. In towards Togwell. Togwell immediately under pressure from Lewis, but finds Inns. Inns plays the ball down to Chapman. Chapman seeing a lot of the ball down that right hand side. In towards Williams. Williams holds off the challenge and finds Nathan Webb. Webb with a little ball in towards Chapman. Chapman just being holding the ball up on that right hand side. Turns up against Hanford. Bursts down that right hand side. Still with the ball. Gets a cross in. It takes a slight deflection and it's cut out by Evans, who finds Franklin in the centre. Franklin hits it straight at Manny Williams, but the ball comes out here towards Hanford on the far hand side. But unfortunately he just hits the ball straight out of play. It's out for a throw to the Rebels there. So like I say, you can get in contact with us here if you're listening via the YouTube. So good afternoon to Graham Ash, who's at a wedding but trying to listen, We've got Will Reese and Fitzroy Brown. Good afternoon. As Inns with the clearance down the field, but it goes all the way through to the goalkeeper Davies. He's already made a couple of good saves this afternoon. And we'll try and give you some up-to-date scores from other games as well. Davies immediately just plays this ball out on the far-hand side. Well won by Wells. Just gets caught there as he played that, but the referee doesn't say anything about it. We'll try and give you the latest scores from the other games in the Southern Premier League if we can. Just bear with me for a second. Just right, we have Basingstoke 1, Tiverton 0. Merthyr had the ball. Won back though by Lench. Lench with the ball played across toward Chapman inside the centre circle. Chased down by Trailer, but Chapman just dummies him and then brings it back out here towards Lench. Lench with a bit of space. Crosses in first time. Goes to Manny Williams on the far hand side of the 18-yard box. Manny Williams just turns. Crosses in hard and low. Hooked clear though by Merthyr, only as far as Wells. Wells gets into that shooting position that he likes. Chips the ball in though. Comes back out here towards Manny Williams. Williams just got caught, but Slough said, the referee says play on. Ball here with Wells. Down the left hand side towards Nathan Webb. Webb on the edge of the box. Just plays it out here towards Lench. Slough just controlling the ball here towards Togwell. Jackman comes forward for Slough. Gives it towards Togwell. Togwell a bit of space on the right hand side. Cuts back inside. Plays the ball inside towards Ben Harris. Ben Harris trying to turn and make some space. In towards Nathan Webb. Back towards Ben Harris. Harris just plays George Wells a little bit behind where he wanted, but Wells still has the ball. In here towards Nathan Webb. Back towards Wells. Now keeping the ball well. Crossed in first time. Flood tries to get there. Comes back out here towards Williams. On the edge of the box. Holds the ball up well. Trying to go. Just gets bundled over there. And it's a free kick to the Rebels on the edge of the 18-yard box, fouled by Miles John and Manny Williams. Right, so the latest scores in the Southern Premier League. Basingstoke 1, Tiverton 0, Cheshire 0, Bishop Stortford 0, Dunstable 0, St Neots 1, Frome 0, Redditch 0, Gosport 0, Dorchester 1, Hereford 1, Banbury 0, Hitchin 0, Kings Lynn 1, Kettering 0, Biggleswade 0, Kings Langley 0, Stratford 0, St Ives Postbone and Weymouth 1, Farnborough 0. Those are your latest scores in the Southern Premier League after 20 minutes. And it's a free kick for Slough right on the edge of the 18-yard box, but wide of the goal. And standing over it is Matt Lynch and George Wells. There's a four-man Merthyr wall. The referee just having a word with Ben Harris, who's been trying to put the goalkeeper off. So they've got two men in the wall themselves in Harris and Williams. Williams just trying to push the ball through. It's Lynch that takes it, but it's high over the top and out for a goal kick. So 24 minutes gone. Slough still with this one goal lead, courtesy of Matt Lynch in the 6th minute. And it's a goal kick to Merthyr. And it's going to be the goalkeeper Oliver Davies who's come to take this goal kick. A long kick down the field, looking for Jenkins. Jenkins loses out towards Jackman. Ball comes into the centre though to Franklin. He's lost the ball. Ball played over, looking for the run of Ben Harris. And it's up to Davies, has to come right to the edge of his box. And he rolls it out to Adam Davis, who's got a bit of space here to bring the ball out. Down the field looking for Trailer. Trailer gets in there after a mistake by George Wells, and it comes off Matt Lynch last. It's a throw to Merthyr right by the home dugout. Then it'll be Miles John to take this throw for Merthyr. Slough already should be a couple more up. Miles John slips, plays the ball off Lee Togwell and out for another throw to Merthyr, but a few yards back from where they were. And we're just waiting for Miles John to go and get the ball. And it's a throw to Merthyr, around about 15 yards inside the Slough half. John to take this throw. He's just waiting for a little bit of movement. Aims it towards Lewis, but it's won by Lynch. Finds Togwell, halfway inside his own half. Spreads it across here towards Jackman. Jackman being urged to bring the ball forwards. Plays it first time though. Trying to find Harris, but it's got too much on it and bounces through towards Davies in the Merthyr goal, who just rolls the ball out here. The rain has stopped at Arbour Park, out towards Tancock, in towards Evans, playing it across the Back free are Merthyr. Back in towards Evans. He's been chased away by Manny Williams. Williams' ball to Davies was a little bit short. Davies just had to cut past Manny Williams. Back out here towards Adam Davies. In towards Jay Bowen. Bowen just under pressure. Oh, he loses out to Nathan Webb. It's Ashley Evans who wins it back. Now, good ball in. Finds Lewis. Lewis does well to turn inside the centre circle and finds Adam Davies. Ball chipped over the top looking for Trailer. Oh, he's just a little bit behind him and he couldn't control it and bounces through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And it's Turner who will draw this ball in towards George Wells, 10 yards inside his own half. Plays the ball down the field towards Ben Harris. Harris with a lovely little touch off towards George Wells. Wells bursting down the field. Loses out, but the ball comes through towards Ben Harris. Two Merthyr players collide with each other. Ben Harris runs down to the centre. Gets it towards Wells. Crosses first time. And it was aimed towards Manny Williams, but good defensive header by Tancock. And it's out for a corner to Slough. And a corner from this near hand side. Slough really will like to try and grab another goal here. They've had some chances in the first half to extend the lead, but as of yet they haven't managed to extend on that one goal lead. It's going to be Matt Lynch to take this corner from this side. It'll be an in-swinging corner for the Rebels. And it's played first time. Aimed into the centre. Oh, Flood turns and it's by Evans. And the referee blows up because there's a head injury. And immediately been calling the trainer on here for that head injury. But again, some really good defending. This time by Ashley Evans, the Merthyr captain, who slid in just as Chris Flood was about to shoot there. So there's an injury here. Well, we've got an injury break. We'll just see if there's any other scores in the Southern Premier League for you in a second. And just bear with me a second. So like I say, if you do want to get in contact, you can contact us on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio. Or if you're listening on the YouTube, there's a thing that underneath that says comments or live chat or something like that. You can have a little chat to a few of the people on there. Good afternoon to Sheffield Rebel and also Stephen Roach who are listening in. So, trying to see who it is who's injured at the moment. And he seems to be okay. He's just coming off the pitch now. If the Merthyr player, he's got his back to me, so I can't see what his number is. And by process of elimination, it is Corey Jenkins that's come in to play off here. So he's just coming off the field, just going to gain a second before he goes back on. Seems to be fine. And long kick down the field by the goalkeeper, Oliver Davies. Thank you. Cheers. Got a cup of tea brought to me. And ball breaks on the far side for Chris Flood, but again some good defending by Merthyr here, but they're under pressure inside their own half. Ball they play forward to Miles John. It's a good ball forward. John can bring the ball forward. Gives it to Jenkins. Got too much on it. He skips the challenge of George Wells, but it comes off Wells last. It's a throw to Merthyr. Level the 18-yard box of the Slough half. And it's going to be John that will take the throw in the end for Merthyr. There's a bit of confusion between the two Merthyr players. Quick throw in, trying to find Trailer. Hooks the ball in, but it hits Wells. Ball still bouncing around on the edge of the box. Trailer trying to get there. Comes off Lynch last. It's a corner to Merthyr. And there you go. So it's it's we are still waiting for the corner to come in. It is going to be Trailer that will take this corner. Just waiting for Merthyr to send Tancock and Evans up. He hits it hard towards the far post, and it's an equaliser for Merthyr. And it's come off Corey Jenkins. The goal coming on 31 minutes. It's a poor goal conceded by the Rebels. It's been drilled into the near post by Trailer. Jenkins just gets a little flick in, and he flicks it in at the near post. It's Slough 1, Merthyr 1. And with their first attack of the game, Merthyr have got the equaliser. And it's a crazy goal for Slough to concede there. They've been all over Merthyr. Should have had a couple way before in the first 10 minutes, but their inability to take the chances has cost them, and it's 1-1 here at Arbour Park. Ball played in by Slough towards Josh Chapman. He's got plenty of room to play the ball. Chips it down the field looking for the run of Manny Williams. That's got too much on it. That'll go out of play for a goal kick. And it's a rather quiet Arbour Park here now after that Merthyr Town goal. And I'm sure that the management team at Slough will be disappointed with the way that goal was conceded. It's Davies with the goal kick. Long kick down the field, looking for Lewis. Well run by Inns. Inns' header trying to find Ben Harris, but he can't keep the ball in. And it's a throw to Merthyr, half inside their own half. They take it quickly to find the goalkeeper, Adam Davies. His ball finds Alan Davies to find Adam Davies. It's very confusing with his two Davies. So now win it back though with Togwell. In towards Flood. Flood in towards Lynch. Lynch finds Wells. Wells chips the ball forward looking for the run of Manny Williams. Williams gets his body in the way. Then Webb comes across, chests it into the path of Manny Williams. Trying to evade a couple of challenges. Ball still here with Slough with Webb. Webb finds a lovely little ball out here towards Lynch. Lynch finds Togwell. Togwell's got Jackman on the far right hand side. Finds him on the edge of the box. Jackman just trying to make a little space to try and get a cross in. Drills his cross, and it comes off Franklin last, and it'll be a corner to Slough. And the Slough fans finally find their voice behind the goal there, and it's going to be Lynch again to take this corner for Slough. And it'll be an outswing corner for the Rebels. And again, they sent forwards Inns and Hollis for this ball. Played in first time. Headed goalwards by Williams. Again, blocked in the 6-yard box by Evans. His clearance though only finds Togwell for Slough. Togwell under pressure though. Finds it to Matt Lynch. Lynch treads on the ball. And it's gone out of play for a throw to Merthyr on the far-hand side. And the small band of Merthyr fans who have made the journey are in good spirits behind the goal to that far-hand side. So the throw comes in. Bouncing around, comes off Alan Inns last. It will be another throw to Merthyr. They'll have gained a couple of yards. It'll be about 10 yards inside the Merthyr half. And just waiting for the steward just to bring the ball back. It'll be on the far hand side. It'll be Franklin to take the throw. Headed away though by Togwell. One back, but it comes in towards Webb. Webb with a little ball inside toward Lynch inside the centre circle. Finds Wells. Wells with a bit of space. Plays the ball towards Webb. Webb is inside across the halfway line. Finds Jackman. Jackman with the ball towards Williams. Williams trying to cut inside to work something. Finds Togwell. Togwell under pressure immediately. Gives it towards Lynch. Lynch finds Wells. Wells under pressure from Trailer. Poor ball in, but Togwell managed to dig it back out for Slough. But he has to go all the way back towards Hollis. Hollis plays it straight off to Jackman on that far hand side, hogging that right hand line. Back here towards Inns. Merthyr with every man behind the ball at the moment. Ball here with Lynch. Passes it in towards Hollis. Hollis being urged just to bring the ball forwards a little bit here and find Wells. Wells back out here towards Hollis. Merthyr just defending in numbers here. I've been told to just too much space. Lovely ball on the far hand side. Trying to find Flood. Headed away well by Tancock. In towards Evans. Evans with the clearance. Is Evans. It comes out towards Jenkins. He finds Hanford on the far hand side. Back towards Jenkins. Trying to hold the ball up. Hanford has it facing his own goal. Plays it down the field. One back by Manny Williams. Williams in towards Inns. Inns just dummies Jenkins and turns away with the ball. And then finds Togwell. Togwell in towards Chris Flood. Back in towards Togwell. Ball immediately towards Nathan Webb. Finds Flood, who then finds Williams. In towards Lynch. Lynch slips on the surface, but manages to get back up and keep hold of the ball. Here towards Jackman. Jackman being urged to whip the ball into the box. Plays it in. Little push in the back. Headed away by Miles John. Comes here towards Traylor. Traylor first to the ball for Merthyr. Under pressure. Plays it off Wells. And it's out for a throw to Merthyr. Scores 1-1 here with 36 minutes of this first half gone. And the Merthyr manager just going to be spoken to here by the referee for just accidentally kicking the ball back onto the field. It's Adam Davies that will take this throw for Merthyr, and it comes off the head of the goal scorer Jenkins in towards Lewis. He tries to find Miles John, one by Hollis. And then it's one back here by Jay Bowen. Bowen tries to flick it in towards Traylor. Traylor gets a lucky touch. Bounces to the edge of the box. Still going. Shoots. It's deflected. Takes a deflection. And Turner has to face in the wrong day to get up off the floor to block the ball. And Slough can bring it out here with Jackman on the far hand side. Jackman still with the ball down that right hand side. Still Trevor plays it off Hanford. And it'll be a throw to Slough. Ben Harris trying to take it a little bit too fast. It's going to be a quick throw by Jackman in towards Lynch. Lynch finds Togwell. Togwell spreads it in towards Flood. Flood quick ball in towards Williams. Williams immediately closed down. Loses the ball. Ball comes out here towards Bowen, but he loses out towards Lynch. Lynch challenged by the goal scorer Jenkins. Flicked away by a little push in the back. Silly foul there by Jenkins. He was in a foot race with Guy Hollis. A little push in the back of Hollis. It's a free kick to the Rebels, and Jenkins just didn't need to do that. And Turner takes the free kick quickly, trying to find Ben Harris. Ben Harris flicks the ball up outside towards Nathan Webb. Webb has the ball in towards Manny Williams. Williams just evades a challenge of Bowen, finds Lynch in a central position. He's got Wells on the outside. Wells on this overlap, comes through, crosses first time, whips it into the far post. Little touch off the head of Hanford. It's out for a throw to Slough right by the corner flag. Slough take it quickly and find Ben Harris. Harris trying to get the cross in, but it's blocked by it's just given away. Oh no, good defending though by Lewis. Manages to find Traylor. Traylor looking for a free kick here, and it looks like the first yellow card of the game is going to go to Alan Innes. I think Jenkins was on the run past. It was actually flagged by the assistant. I don't know if he saw much about it, but Alan Innes gets the first yellow card of the game, and it's a free kick to Merthyr inside their own half in the centre circle. Just looked like Innes and Jenkins had run into each other, and the two Slough managers having a word with the assistant referee down that near hand side. He's just explaining his side of it, but Innes has got the yellow card. It's a free kick to Merthyr. Still 1-1 here at Arbour Park. Ashley Evans to take this free kick for Merthyr. Just waiting for the referee to get it underway. Chips the ball in towards Jenkins. Jenkins wins the header. Headed away by Togwell. Only as far as Lewis. Flicked in by Traylor, but Togwell wins it back. In towards Flood. Flood's ball finds Wells. Ball over the top. Hancock does really well to get the header to it. But Ben Harris tries to keep it in on the far hand side, but just plays it straight out of play and out for a throw to Merthyr halfway inside their own half. And it'll be Hanford that will take the throw. And he's just waits for some options. Headed away though by Innes. Hanford's underneath it. The ball had already gone off play. I thought it'd come off his foot, but he'd already gone out of play. And Hanford will get another chance to throw the ball back on from about 10 feet inside his own half. Headed away though by Nathan Webb. Comes here towards Bowen. Bowen can't control it. And it's a throw to Slough now, 10 feet inside the Merthyr half. Jackman takes a quick throw to find Nathan Webb. One back well by Lewis. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Jenkins up against Hollis. Hollis shows his speed and just wins the ball back and then plays it across here towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner whips this ball long down the field looking for Flood. Flood's header flicked on well by and it's the one that finds Lynch. Lynch runs down this left-hand side, just being forced wide by Adam Davis. Comes off Adam Davis last. It's a throw to Slough. Lynch takes it quickly to find George Wells. Wells just treads on the ball, gets a second chance, but John's in there to block the ball. Another throw to Slough. Quickly taken, finds Nathan Webb. Little ball in to find Manny Williams on the edge of the box. Comes to Togwell. Togwell shoots, but it's wide of the goal and out for a goal kick. So we've got about 3.5 minutes left of normal time plus whatever the referee adds on. There was that stoppage for the head injury towards Jenkins. So there will be a few minutes of added time to add on. It's 1-1 here at Arbour Park. Slough with the first goal on Matt Lynch on 6 minutes. Then the equaliser on 31 from Corey Jenkins. That's the tale of the first half so far. As Davies with this kick. Won by Lewis, but only as far as Hollis, who volleys the ball down the field. Trying to find Flood. Flood wins the header again and flicks on to find Lynch. Lynch running down this left-hand side, cuts inside, crosses first time. It's a great ball in, trying to find Harris at the far post, but he just can't get a touch on it, and it's out for a goal kick. And there'll be just a delay while we wait for the ball to come in. See if we can find you some latest scores in some of the other games in the Southern Premier League in a moment. So Stephen has put Kettering are winning, Hereford are winning, Kingsley are winning, and Weymouth are winning. So there you go. I don't need to give you the scores. That's all we need to know. It's Oliver Davies with the goal kick. And it's headed away though by Nathan Webb. Flicked on again by Flood, trying to find Ben Harris. Goes back to the goalkeeper, does Tancock. It goes across the goal and hooked clear in the end by Adam Davies. Trainer takes it on his chest. Fast Miles John. Oh, just can't control it. And Slough have the ball back here with George Wells. Wells just shakes off the challenge. Finds Nathan Webb. Oh, lovely little ball inside towards Flood. Flood goes across, gets blocked. The referee says no foul. But Slough won the ball back here with Chapman. Finds Ben Harris on the far hand side. Harris under pressure, comes off a Merthyr player, last for a throw to Slough on the far side. And Nathan Webb has the ball, finds Togwell. Togwell inside his own half, being forced back here by Merthyr, who are defending well in numbers. Ball played in by Inns towards Nathan Webb. Webb finds Williams, but again, it's as soon as Slough play the ball forwards, Merthyr are right on their back. And Williams is almost playing deep lying midfielder to try and get the ball, but Hollis finds the ball out here towards Josh Chapman. Chapman in towards Nathan Webb. He's got Williams behind him, which is not where he wants. Finds Lynch. Lynch on the centre in towards Williams. Williams gives a little ball out onto the far hand side towards Chapman. Back in here towards Williams. Williams got Nathan Webb coming forwards. Up against Trader, chips the ball in, finds Togwell on the edge of the box. Togwell turns under pressure, finds Lynch, who shoots but wide of the goal and out for a goal kick. And those first few chances in the first 10 minutes that Slough didn't really increase on their 1-goal lead. Their inability to do that has cost them dearly. It is 1-1 and we've got about 45 seconds of the first half plus whatever the referee adds on. There will be 2 minutes of added time to go on. So I can tell you that because the person in front of me has got a 2-minute board. Ball headed away though by Inns. Flicks on by Flood, trying to find Harris, but good defending by Tancock, who heads it back towards his goalkeeper. Under pressure from Ben Harris. And the goalkeeper just drops the ball at the edge of his area. Plays it long down the field. Headed away by Hollis. Hanford wins the next header, only as far as Chapman. Chapman with the ball down the field, looking for Ben Harris. Ben Harris can turn right on this right-hand side. Up against Tancock, gets to the edge of the area. Gets caught this time, and this time it is a free kick. And 2 minutes of injury time now being added on. We're into that injury time. So now I've got a free kick on the edge of the box. And this is the cue for loads of people to get up and head towards the bar, so we might not be able to see much in a minute. Slough got 4 players standing over this free kick. In fact, they're going to leave it for George Wells to take. And it's a 2-man wall for Merthyr. It is George Wells to take this free kick for Slough. Just waiting for the referee to indicate to take. Just a bit of pushing and shoving going on that you spotted. And whistle goes. Wells chips it in, but the goalkeeper had a chance to do that, punches the ball away, and then John is fouled inside the penalty area by Manny Williams. Not the right way that you'd want it round, but there you go. And it's a free kick to Merthyr inside their own penalty area. And all right, okay. Well, we might have an interview with Mr. Ray Wilkins at half time. Yeah, cool. So we'll just wait for the end of this first half, and then we'll be joined. Do you want to wait till half time and we'll have a little interview? Yeah, is that all right?
No problem at all.
All right, and so it's throw to Slough with George Wells trying to find Ben Harris. Harris flicks it on, and that is the half-time score. There is Slough 1, Merthyr 1. Goal coming from Matt Lynch on 6 minutes, and the equaliser coming from Corey Jenkins on 31. So good afternoon. Is it on, Ray? Give it a
No idea.
go for it. Yeah, you're on.
I'm on, yeah?
You're on? Yeah, go for it.
I wouldn't have a clue.
Good, you're on. How are you, Mr. Jim?
I'm dangerously well, thank you. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've got to say, I've really enjoyed the game. I went to Merthyr last night. And
They're doing one of the evening kind of, where you do a speech kind of.
Just had a little chat and a Q&A with a lot of very, very nice people. And they said they were playing at Slough today. So it's taken me 2.5 hours to get across, but...
Did you not come on the Merthyr coach? Were they not that generous?
They weren't that generous, no, but I left last night. I left and come back with my son. But I've really enjoyed the first half. Been a good game of football.
You think that maybe Slough should have taken the chances they had in that first 15 minutes?
I think absolutely. I think the one thing you notice with a team that just suffers with a little bit of the confidence that isn't quite there, when Merthyr went a goal behind, they almost capitulated. But they came back into the game, and I've enjoyed the game. I think the game's been a good game of football, to be honest.
And do you come to many games at this kind of level?
I watch games all the time. And whether it be this level, whether it be first division, second division, whatever, I watch football, and I love watching football.
I've actually met you before in a bar in Isha called, I think it's closed down now, called Bocadero or something, a bar in Isha?
It's closed.
It's closed now,
It's
yeah.
closed. That's because you was there.
That's exactly why it's closed. Okay, so my apologies there. I've accidentally turned off the interview with Ray Wilkins. So Ray Wilkins, if you didn't actually get that, what was going on was Ray Wilkins did one of those evening whiffs at Merthyr Town last night, and he came down and just they said they were playing at Slough, so he decided to come along, and. So he said he's thoroughly enjoyed the game so far, and just feels that Slough maybe shouldn't have taken the chances that they should have at the end of that first half. So my apologies. I think what I've done is, because I'm ill, I keep pressing the wrong buttons on the computer, and I keep turning stuff off. So do accept my apologies. It's I'm trying not to die on air, which, well, if you've actually listened to us before, you know that I've mostly died on air several times. But there you go. So I'm going to try and find you the latest scores from the Southern Premier League for you. My apologies to Ray Wilkins there for cutting him off. No, I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, I just got one. So let's see if we can find you those half-time scores. And so while we're waiting for that, it's just a reminder that coming up for the Rebels on Tuesday night, Slough at home again, where they will be playing at home to Kings Langley. Just trying to find. Miss trying to get those half-time scores. I've gone straight past them for you. Right, let's see what we can find for you. So it's Basingstoke 1, Tiverton 0, Chesham 0, Bishop Stortford 1, Dunstable 0, St Neots 1, Frome 0, Redditch 0, Gosport 2, Dorchester 2, Hereford 1, Banbury 0, Hitchin 0, Kings Lynn 2. It says Kettering 1, Biggleswade 0. It's Kings Langley 1, Stratford 0. And then Weymouth 3, Farnborough 0. Weymouth, after that shock loss in midweek to Dunstable, very fortunate they're playing the perennial side that can't play away in Farnborough. So there you go. So those were your latest scores in the Evestic Southern Premier League. I do accept my apologies that I've turned everything off twice. I haven't been at work this week. That's how bad it's been. So there you go. So my apologies there that I've turned you guys off twice. I'll try not to do that again for the rest of the half. Might help. But there you go. So I'm just going to see if we can find you some latest scores from other things in the FA Cup for you. It's Huddersfield 1, Birmingham 0, Hull 2, Nottingham Forest 0, Middlesbrough 0, Brighton and Hove 0, Millwall 1, Rochdale 1. So Slough, if they'd have had that lucky run, would have been away to Millwall. So there you go. Milton Keynes Dons 0, Coventry City 0, Notts County 0, Swansea 1. The final score in the early kick-off was Peterborough 1, Leicester 5. Sheffield United 0, Preston 0, Southampton 1, Watford 0, and Wigan 1, West Ham 0. Those are your FA Cup scores. In League 1 is... let's have a look at League 1 for you. Sorry. Blackburn 0, Northampton 1, Bradford 0, AFC Wimbledon 1, Doncaster 1, Bristol Rovers 1, Gillingham 0, Fleetwood 1, Oldham 0, Plymouth Argyle 2, Portsmouth 0, Shrewsbury 1, Southend 1, Scunthorpe 1. League 2 is Carlisle 1, Forest Green 0, Cheltenham 0, Barnet 1, Chesterfield 0, Stevenage 0, Crawley 2, Accrington Stanley 0, Grimsby 0, Luton 0, Morecambe 1, Mansfield 0, Port Vale 1, Colchester United 2, and Swindon 1, Crewe Alexander 2. So there you go. We'll just see if we can find you some of the scores from around. So yeah, just a reminder that coming up for the Rebels, they will be at home again on Tuesday night, where we face Kings Langley here at Arbour Park, and then 2 away games after that. It's away to Tiverton Town on Saturday the 3rd of Feb, and then away to Frome on Wednesday the 7th of Feb. So there you go. I'll give you the scores from the National League. It's Bromley 0, FC Halifax 0, Dagenham 1, Solihull Moors 2, Dover 1, Guiseley 0, Eastleigh 2, Hartlepool 2, Ebbsfleet 0, Boreham Wood 1, Gateshead 1, Maidstone 1, it's Leyton Orient 1, Aldershot 1, Macclesfield 0, Torquay 0, Maidenhead United 3, Chester 0, Woking 0, AFC Fylde 0, Wrexham 2, Tranmere 2. I believe that there was something in the region over 7,000 tickets sold for that game between Wrexham and Tranmere Rovers. So that's a bit of a game there. So just going to see if we can find anything else of any interest. So there you go. So apologies there that I did actually turn off the great Ray Wilkins, who was over at Merthyr last night, doing one of those gentlemen's dinners. So apparently had a very good time and was treated very well, and came back last night and then has come all the way down to watch Slough here play today. It's 1-1 here at the moment. Just going to see if there's any sign of any half-time substitution, whether that Slough will go back to a 4-4-2 or whether they're going to stick with this, what looks like a 4-3-3, but I'd say it's most probably more of a diamond formation for the Rebels, with Manny Williams being the head of that diamond formation. But there you go. So a few of the Slough players are just coming out here. The Slough management team are already out. You can just see that the Merthyr manager, Gavin Williams, is out as well. So just leaving their players to it. And it's going to be... careful. Woo! So we're just waiting for this second half. So it's been a little bit stayed late starting. 2 minutes of added time plus the minute for the minute silence for Super Kev. So there you go. So we're just going to wait to see what's going on, and we'll give you those details for you. So just to say that obviously now Merthyr have been in some financial troubles not long after the previous Slough match, and they had a rather large tax bill thrust upon them, which they've thankfully paid off. But they've managed to get themselves back out and have kept a large nucleus of their side, with a few youngsters coming in to help out. And they've done well in the last few games. They drew 0-0 at home to Hereford, drew at Farnborough 2-2. They've lost 2 games. They lost to Kettering and Kings Lynn, so 2 of the top 2 sides in the league, and they've beaten Frome as well. So there you go. And their overall record isn't actually that bad. They've played 30, won 8, drawn 10, lost 12, scored 49 against 65. But of course, after that bit where they lost all their players, they did lose 13-1 to Cheshire United. So if you take that out, that goal difference is only 16. So 13 of those came from one game. So Merthyr aren't an easy team to beat by any means, and they're proving that here today at Arbour Park. And most of the Slough players are out. We're just waiting for basically the referee and the away sides to come back out. So like I say, if you do want to get in contact with us, it's you can do so. It's at my FC Rebels Radio. Is it? I can't remember. I'm so ill, I don't know. At my FC Rebels Radio, that's it. So that's our Twitter handle. Or if you're on the YouTube bit, you should be able to come down, and there's a little live chat comments bit there as well. So some of the games have already started kicking off in the second half, so keep an eye on those scores for you, just to see if anything else comes along. And just keeping an eye on the game between Fleet and Cambridge City. Apparently the referee is looking at the pitch to see if the second half will get underway at that ground. So thankfully these two teams don't have that, as they both play on 3G or 4G pitches. So no trouble. So the Merthyr side just starting to come out. I'll just keep an eye on the substitutions for the Rebels. There's no subs coming on for the Rebels at the moment. So their starting 11 is Jack Turner in goal, 2 Josh Jackman, 3 George Wells, 4 is Guy Hollis, 5 is Alan Innes, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 Nathan Webb, 8 Matt Lench, 9 Ben Harris, 10 Chris Flood, and 11 is Manny Williams. Just seeing the Merthyr side come out. And no substitutes for them either, so their starting 11 for the start of this second half is Oliver Davies in goal, 2 Miles John, 3 Adam Davies, 4 is the captain Ashley Evans, 15 Scott Tancock, 6 is Connor Hanford, 7 Jay Bowen, 8 Harry Franklin, 9 Corey Jenkins, 10 Harrison Lewis, and 11 is Ian Traylor. Slough have the kick-off. They will be shooting from left to right. The referee just counting up to make sure that there's enough players on each side. We're just waiting for him to be happy to start the second half. And it's that's it, start of the second half. Slough play it back here towards Ledge, in towards Josh Chapman. Chapman just turns inside, finds Ben Harris. In towards Togwell. Togwell turns and finds Chapman. Chapman the ball in towards Ben Harris, showing himself inside, just goes down the line. Bowen gets his body in the way. Ball down the field, only as far as Chapman. Chapman tries to play it down, comes off Bowen last. It's a throw to Slough. Quick throw in towards Flood. Flood sees it up for Webb to cross in. Webb crosses, finds Ben Harris, just waited. Ball played back in by Webb. Ball just turned around. Shot block. I can't see because people are in the way. And the ball bouncing around inside the edge of the box. Chapman flicks it out here towards Manny Williams. Williams down the byline. Just chips it back in towards Lynch. Lynch takes a touch. Shoots from distance. And it's well spotted by the goalkeeper. And it's a good save. And he puts the ball straight down the field. Headed away though by Inns. Only as far as Franklin. Franklin spreads it out here towards Miles John. John does well to keep the ball in, just a little bit behind him. Back here towards Davies. Davies ball over the top, and Trailer is offside. And it's a free kick to Slough. And it's taken quickly by the Rebels, with George Wells finding Matt Lynch. Lynch will go back out onto the far left-hand side, and it's played back out here towards Wells. Wells being urged to bring the ball forward, still running with the ball, just loses it. Good challenge there by Hanford. Ball played down the lead, but it's got too much on it and goes straight out of play for a throw to Slough. And about 15 yards inside their own half. And poor old Mr. Wilkins being harassed by some of our slightly weirder fans. And it's Turner chipping the ball forwards here for Wells. Wells flicks it on backwards with a little back flick, finding Ben Harris. Harris trying to run past Adam Davies and gets caught there. And it's a free kick to Slough on the far hand side. And it's going to be Matt Lynch to take it 30 yards away from goal, but right down by the sideline. And the Merthyr fans in good voice, a small number that have travelled down are in good voice behind the goal that they're attacking. But it's Matt Lynch with this free kick. Guy Hollis just joining the 18-yard box late. Lynch just been total away. Chips it in with some pace. Too close to the goalkeeper. Punches it away. Headed on. Comes out as far as Togwell. Togwell little ball inside here towards Lynch. Lynch just forced wide down that far hand side. Comes off John last. It's a throw to Slough. And it's going to be a quick ball in towards Togwell. Togwell played in towards Hollis. Hollis being forced back on the edge of the box. Finds Wells. Wells chips it in looking for Manny Williams. An offside against a Slough player, and it's a free kick to Merthyr Town. Start of this second half. You may not get much kind of commentary for the second. Still loads of people coming out of the bar here at the moment, so still people standing in the way. It's going to be goalkeeper Oliver Davies to take this free kick. It's on the edge of his 18-yard line. And Davis just hits this one long down the field, looking for Jenkins. Score of the Merthyr goal goes over the head of him and Wells, and is out of play for a throw to Slough on the far hand side. And they're going to leave it for Hollis to come across to take deep inside their own half. And Hollis just plays it down the field. Flicked on well by Flood, trying to find Williams. Williams turns, keeps the ball in. Or then gives the ball away poor to Bowen. Bowen's ball finds Corey Jenkins. Finds a ball inside here towards Tancock. Tancock's lovely ball. And it's Lewis who turns on the ball. I can't see. Lewis finds... sorry, my apologies here. It's so many people just standing in the way. It's Hanford. Hanford's ball down the field finds Trailer. Trailer right by the corner flag. Trying to go past some. He hits it across the line and wins a corner for Merthyr. My apologies there as people just a little bit slow coming out the bar for this start of this second half. And it will be Trailer that will take this corner for Merthyr. So now just going to warm up a couple of players just to be on the safe side. We'll just wait. Where's the ball? That's all right. It's already over there. So it's Trailer that will take this corner for Merthyr. In swing corner here for Slough to defend. And it's an easy catch there by Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And he immediately rolls the ball out. Finds a lovely roll ball into the path of... ball breaks in towards Bender Harris, who shoots. It's a good save. And just bear with me a second because we've got no power to the thing. Hold. Okay, apologies so far. What I've done is I accidentally plugged the computer in the wrong thing, and you've missed all the action. My apologies for that. Merthyr actually have the lead here. They're 2-1, and they're breaking down the far hand side. My apologies for that. I didn't charge the computer wasn't charging. So yes. Merthyr taking the lead through Ian Trailer in the start of the second half, and we've just literally seen Slough miss a penalty where Ben Harris had his penalty saved by Oliver Davies. So yeah, a crazy couple of minutes there. Trailer pounced on a mistake, put the ball in the back of the net to put Merthyr 2-1 up. Going to see a double substitution for the Rebels. And I'll try and I don't know what was going on, but for some strange reason I plugged the computer in the wrong way. So we've got a double substitution. Manny Williams coming off, Nathan Webb coming off. Coming on is Warren Harris, and coming on is James Dobson. That is on 60 minutes. Its score here is Slough Town 1, Merthyr 2. You also see a substitution here for Merthyr Town. Coming off is number 10, Harrison Lewis. Coming on is Ryan Prosser. So those are your substitutions. Really sorry about the fact that we lost that there. I just hadn't charged the computer and I plugged it in the wrong hole because I'm ill. Sorry. But yes, we've missed the Merthyr goal. Merthyr lead 2-1 due to a goal by Ian Trailer, and then Slough missed a penalty, and it's a good save by Davies, and the rebound was spread wide. Prosser comes on and for Merthyr, and his first touch is to try and get on the end of the ball, and the ball's played forward here by Slough with Wells. Wells' ball trying to find Dobson's first touch of the ball into the go. Crosses first time. Ben Harris gets a cross in, blocked, and it comes off the head of Tancock. Is out for a corner to the Rebels. So I do accept my apologies. Obviously I'm not well, but that was really stupid trying to plug it into the hole where the Ethernet cable goes. So corner to Slough. James Dobson will be the player that takes it. And the referee just making sure there's no pushing and shoving going on. And Dobson to take this corner. Near post headed away easily by Merthyr. Comes out here towards Wells. Wells jumps up and gets ahead. A trailer gets his body in the way here, but finds Jackman. Jackman's ball played in, flicks off the head of Lench. Comes through and cleared by the captain Evans. Evans' ball headed away though by Trailer. Wells with the little flick on. Finds Warren Harris. His first touch of the ball. Ball played in towards Lench. Lench manhandled by Trailer, but Lench brings the ball out. Finds Inns. Inns with the ball. Played in towards Warren Harris. Finds Josh Jackman. Jackman goes past challenge. And then the ball played here for Warren Harris on the far hand side. Goalkeeper comes out, saves it. And then the linesman says it comes off Warren Harris last. And is a goal kick. So, my apologies for missing all of the action at the start of this second half there. But Ian Trailer gave Merthyr the lead. And Slough missed the penalty. That's what you've missed. And I do apologise about that. So at the moment, there's 61 minutes. There is a minute's applause for Super Kev, who was 61 when he passed away. So that's why there is the minute's applause here at the moment. And Slough now need to try and get something back here if they are to try and turn this round. Slough 1, Merthyr 2. And it's ball played forward, trying to find Ben Harris. Ben Harris breaks through on the edge, slides the ball in here towards Dobson. Dobson's first touch, he equalises for the Rebels. It's 2-2. The goal fittingly coming on 62 minutes. Well, they're going to call it the 63rd. 63rd minute. It's Slough 2. Merthyr 2. Dobson with the goal. And this game, I didn't think it could possibly be as good as the one early on in the season, but it's turning into an absolute cracker as well. And the ball played forwards there, headed away now by Hollis, in towards George Wells. Wells bringing the ball forwards, bringing it. He's travelling 34 yards, finds Lench. Lench just gets, almost gets a lucky ricochet. Ball here with Trailer, in towards Jenkins. Finds Bowen. Bowen with the ball, looking for Prosser. Prosser just stand still. And it comes through here towards Turner in the Slough goal. Turner plays it in. Flood trying to flick the ball on. Finds Warren Harris. Harris chips it first time. They're trying to find Ben Harris, but Ben Harris is offside. And it's a free kick to Merthyr, which they've taken in the wrong place. And it's a free kick inside the penalty area for Merthyr to take. And that's mostly why the computer wasn't working very well earlier, because I hadn't plugged it in. And Davies gets the game back underway with this free kick. Long ball down, headed away well by Inns. Headed on though by Franklin, but his header will only find George Wells on the far hand side. Slough now playing a 4-4-2 formation. Ball played here with Lench. Lench can spread it here towards Josh Jackman. Jackman sees a lot of the ball. Trade it down here for Flood. Flood yet to do much in this game. Trying to dink his way past Tancock, but good defending. And Davis plays it out first time. Hollis wins the header and finds Dobson. Dobson in towards Wells. Wells back out here towards Dobson on this far hand side. Dobson chips the ball in. Headed away by Hancock. Only to the edge of the area for Togwell. Togwell's first time touch finds Warren Harris. Harris just got Lench in assistance. Lench puts this one high up in the air. It's got too much on it. Ben Harris will try and keep it in on that far hand side. Stops it going from a corner. And it comes off Miles John for a throw. And it's like Merthyr will make another substitution in a second. And it is going to be another substitution coming for Merthyr. Eventually. And he's just getting some. Just going to see who it is. It's going to be Miles John, the player coming off. And he'll be replaced by number 12, Liam Martin. So that's the substitution. It's Miles John off, Liam Martin on. And some of the Slough fans just a little bit annoyed at how long this substitution is taking. And it does finally happen. We're back to that. So it'll be a throw on the far hand side for the Rebels. It's going to be a long throw coming in from Guy Hollis. It's level with the 18-yard box of the Merthyr half. So long throw into the box here for Slough. Aimed towards Inns. Inns can't get the header. Bounces around towards Togwell. Togwell's touch is heavy. Ball comes back out here. And it's played in by Hollis. Headed away. Only as far as Ben Harris is playing a little bit deeper. Ball played in. One back in the end by Franklin. Ball play forwards here for a Trailer. Trailer comes down this near hand side. Going to cut inside. Crosses. Hits it straight at Lynch. Ball squirms out and comes here towards Hanford. And Hanford tries to go down the line but plays it straight out of play for a throw to Slough. Slough take it quickly with a throw to Turner in the Slough goal. Played straight across the field. Looking for Wells. Wells just has to stretch to keep that ball in. You're going to get a third and final substitution for the Rebels. Harris is offside. And I think you may well, because he's going to be the player that's going to be replaced. Strangely enough, it's Chris Flood who's coming off. Coming on is Brad Watkins. So that is the third and final substitution of the evening for the Rebels. As Slough try to push on to obtain these 3 points. It's Chris Flood off, Brad Watkins on. So Watkins will go up front to partner Ben Harris. And it's 2-2 here. We've played halfway through this second half. Davies with this free kick for Merthyr. Played in deep. Headed away though by Inns. Comes into the centre where it's headed back in by Evans. Ball bouncing around. Prosser's underneath it for Merthyr. Just in, breaks inside the box. Trying to turn. Plays the ball across. It comes off Prosser last. And it's a goal kick to Slough. Turner to take. Ray Wilkins is sat not far from us, just getting it from some of the locals. Ball play forward, bit of a crush on of a sandwich there. Ball play in. Jackman stretches to strain the ball. Ball comes into Trailer. Trailer and Lynch battling with it. Lynch breaks, evades a couple of challenges, still running with the ball, and chips it on the far hand side, trying to find Dobson, but it comes through to Togwell. Togwell plays it back out here towards Dobson. Dobson crosses first time. Oh, it's been missed by two Slough players, Watkins and Harris. And in the end, the linesman said he was offside anyway. The lovely ball played in by Dobson. And two Slough players missed the ball, but the offside flag had gone up. So it's 2-2 here at Arbour Park. And again, my apologies for missing the goal. I can't understand why I put it in the wrong socket, but there you go. Davies, long kick down the field, looking for Prosser. Prosser beaten to the ball by Inns. Ball still bouncing up in the air. Inns tries to get it. Bit of a comes to Dobson. Dobson in the centre circle. Turns, runs with the ball. Chips it in, looking for the run of Warren Harris. Harris gets behind the defence. Bursts down the line, crosses deep. Oh, and it's a good save by Davies, who stretches to get to it. And again, Slough had two people coming in at the back post, but the good save by the goalkeeper, blocking that one from getting there. And ball play forward, looking for Prosser. Comes off the head of Togwell. Throw to Merthyr, 10 yards inside the Slough half. We will try and give you some scores from the other games in the Southern Premier League in a second for you. I know that Weymouth were leading 5-0. Prosser wins the header, flicks it on towards Trailer. Score of the second goal, he can't keep hold of it, and the ball is out of play for a throw to Slough, deep inside their own half. Throw taken quickly, headed away well by Franklin. There's a foul on Warren Harris by Trailer. It's a free kick. And it's going to be Jack Turner that will come across. There'll be a third and final substitution for Merthyr. But Slough take the free kick first. Comes through. Volleyed away though by Adam Davies. Only as far as Hollis. Hollis loses the ball out though to Bowen. Bowen does well. Evades 2 challenges. Turns. Chips the ball down. Looking for the run of Trailer. Trailer up against Jackman. Jackman gets there first, but it can't be stopped by Jack Turner. And it's gone out of play for a throw on the far hand side. It's actually gone out of play for a corner, I believe. And now we're going to see the substitution. Coming off is number 7, Jay Bowen. And coming on, strangely enough, is number 5, Lee Price. I don't understand why with the numbers. So coming on is Lee Price. Coming off is 7 is Jay Bowen. So there you go. And Bowen just slowly coming off the pitch there. And it'll be a corner on the far hand side. Trailer has gone across to take this for Merthyr. And it goes all the way through the 6-yard box and goes out of play for a goal kick to the Rebels. We're going to see if we can find you some scores. I did say I was going to do that, but Basingstoke are 5-0 up against Tiverton. Harris wins the header, trying to find Watkins. Comes through here towards Evans. Evans now playing more of a midfield role. Jenkins tries to get hold of the ball. Quick throw here by... Oh, and a bit of tugging between Jenkins and Wells. And Wells has just thrown Jenkins to the floor. And could well... gets a yellow card. So George Wells gets books. And it means he's given away a free kick at the same time. So it's now a free kick to Merthyr rather than a throw to Slough, due to George Wells' indiscretion. And it'll be Adam Davies to take this on the far hand side. Long ball into the box, flicked on, bouncing around. Warren Harris trying to get there. Jackman hooks it away, only as far as Prosser. Prosser trying to chip it in. Comes out here towards Dobson. Dobson hits it. Oh, lucky ricochet towards Togwell. Togwell near the ball, finding Ben Harris. Harris has got Watkins in front of him if he needs it. Trying to go it alone. It's been forced wide. Oh, and he gives the ball away to Ben Harris towards Evans. And the ball played forward, trying to find Prosser. Prosser flicking the ball on, but Hollis is there first for Slough. Takes a deflection and comes back into the path. And play forward here for Trailer. Trailer up against Hollis. Trailer looking for a handball. Hollis evades a couple of challenges. Brings the ball in here towards Lynch. Lynch with the ball crossed to Warren Harris. Immediately closed down here by Hanford. Back here towards Togwell. Togwell in towards Watkins. Watkins beaten to the ball. But played forwards. And it's cleared by Price. Ball bouncing around. One back here by Lynch. Lynch turns. Holds the ball up. Plays it off a Merthyr player for a throw. And it's a quick throw in here towards Watkins. Basingstoke are 5-0 up. All 5 goals have been scored by Sam Argent. There you go. It's a throw to Slough, 30 yards away from goal. They're going to put a long throw into the box. It's Guy Hollis to take this throw for Slough. He's looking to put some distance on this throw. Bouncing around. Comes off the head. Comes to the edge. It's an overhead kick by Ben Harris. Ball bouncing around. Watkins trying to win it back. Under pressure from Davis. Plays it off Watkins and out for a goal kick. So we've got around about 15 minutes left, plus whatever the referee will add on. And we are just going to see if I can find you those other scores for you. Hereford 2, Banbury 0. And it's Dunstable 2, St Neots 2. Ball played in here towards Togwell. Just stretches and fouls Hanford. It's a free kick to Merthyr. It's a free kick here for Merthyr. A couple of feet inside the Slough half. Trailer standing over this free kick for Merthyr. Just instigating where he wants his teammates. Ball played in. Flicks off all the way through. Hooked clear by Hollis. It was just about to break there for Franklin, who was just ghosted in on the far hand side. But Hollis comes across and plays it out. And it's out for a corner. Trailer's going to have to cross all the way across from this free kick he's taken on this near hand side to take this corner. Right, the latest scores in the Southern Premier League: Basingstoke 5, Tiverton 1, Chesham 2, Bishop Stortford 1, Dunstable 2, St Neots 2, sorry, Frome 0, Redditch 0, Gosport 2, Dorchester 2, Hereford 2, Banbury 0, Hitchin 0, Kingston 4. Ball played in, headed by Prosser but heads it wide of the goal. Kettering 3, Biggleswade 0, Kings Langley 1, Stratford 0, and Weymouth 5, Farnborough 0. Long ball play forwards here by Turner. Watkins trying to get to flick the ball on. Hooked clear, flicked on by Tancock. Comes through towards Prosser. Prosser does well. Holds the ball up inside his own half. Finds Trailer. Trailer finds it through to Jenkins. Jenkins is a mile offside. And it's a free kick to Slough. Slough's on the front foot. And ball here with Togwell. Togwell with the ball back in towards Frey. Looks like Inns is playing as a striker at the moment. And Togwell and Hollis are the back two. Ball played across here from Togwell into the path of Turner. Turner plays it long, trying to find George Wells on the far hand side. Wells up against Trailer. Wells keeps the ball in with his head, but Trailer sees it to go all the way out for a goal kick. And it's a goal kick to Merthyr. And Davies just comes across to the other side of the pitch to take this goal kick. Slough looking for a last gasp winner like they did earlier in the season, but Merthyr just as busy looking forward. Inns wins the header, finds Warren Harris. Harris chips the ball down the field. Tancock in the foot race, trying to hook it there. Ben Harris chases it down, it's out for a throw to Slough. 10 yards away from the corner flag. They're going to take it quickly with Warren Harris. In towards Dobson. Back in here towards Dobson. Dobson looks up, crosses. Poor cross. Headed away easily. Comes out here towards Jenkins. Jenkins finds Franklin, but Franklin's ball is poor. Goes out of play for a throw to Slough. This time they are going to let Hollis come and take this. Inns goes back forwards. And ball flicked away. Foul by Watkins. And it's a free kick to Merthyr inside their own penalty area. Foul by Watkins as the ball came in. No arguing about that one. And it's going to be Oliver Davies to take this free kick. Pummel down the field again, looking for the bearded Prosser. Does well to win the header. Jenkins will chase the ball down, keeping it in by the corner flag. Up against Chapman. Jenkins just holding him off. Does well. Plays it back out here towards Hanford. Hanford crosses first time. Ball goes in. Oh, ghosted at the back post was Trailer. And he got a touch to it, but Turner was there for Slough to pick it up. Long, quick down the field looking. Ben Harris wins the header, but only as far as Evans. Evans' ball inside finds Franklin with the ball in towards Trailer. Back out here towards Franklin. Franklin chipping the ball down. Blocked by Wells. Dobson trying to get there first. It's come through to Adam Davies, who clears the ball down the field, and it's gone out of play for it's a throw to Slough. And it's just inside the Slough half. And it's going to be taken by Wells. Headed away well, though, by Franklin. Ball over the top. Prosser trying to gamble on it. In-twins it for Slough. Plays it back towards Turner. Turner hits it on the volley down the field. Underneath it is Evans. Ball comes through to Prosser. Prosser's in an offside. He doesn't chase it. And Slough leave it to Turner to play the ball forwards. Looking for Ben Harris. Harris can't win the header. Hooked on by Tancock, who just hoofs the ball into the corner. Turner will run across the other side of his pitch to claim the ball. He just brings it 10-15 yards outside of his box. In towards George Wells. Still 2-2 here at Arbour Park. Wells just under pressure. Goes back to the goalkeeper Turner. Turner bangs it forwards in the night sky. Harris flicks the header on. Davis volleys the ball clear for Merthyr. Hollis just heads it back towards Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner just drops it to the edge of his box. Plays it long down the field. Looking for Dobson. Dobson flicks the header on. It's well cleared though by Price. Sorry, Martin. Ball comes in here towards Evans. Evans now playing in a midfield role. Chipping the ball forward, looking for Trailer, but well spotted by Guy Hollis, and his header is cushioned into the path of George Wells. Ball played out here, looking for Warren Harris. Beaten to the ball. Jenkins wins it back. Played back here towards Tancock. Prosser, just a lovely little touch in towards Evans. Gets the ball back. Got Jenkins on the overlap if he needs him. Chips the ball in, looking for the run of Trailer. And he can't get to it before the goalkeeper Turner. And Slough just pumping aimless balls forward here at the moment. They've been easily dealt with. Oh, good ball played in. Hooked clear though by Tancock. Comes to the far hand side, Ben Harris. Drills it across the goal. How Tancock's there again. Good defending. Flicked away by Adam Davis. Lynch will be there first for Slough and finds George Wells. Wells cuts inside. Brings the ball forwards. Gives it towards Dobson. Dobson looks up. Drills across in. Oh, poor defensive header by Handful, but it was cleared in the end by Davis. But ball given away. Chapman slides in to play the ball, but it comes off Chapman last. It's a throw to Merthyr. And Hanford not in a hurry to take this throw. Got 7 minutes left. In-twins the header. Trying to find Watkins. Watkins does well to win it back. Finds Warren Harris. Harris in towards Togwell. Togwell down the line. Back in towards Warren Harris. Crosses. Takes a deflection. Headed away by Martin. Headed on though by Togwell into the path of Dobson. Dobson trying to cut through. Oh, still got the ball. Shoots from distance. Oh, it's just wide of the goal. With his right foot there. But another good effort there by James Dobson. And Slough will be ruining that penalty miss from Ben Harris. We're into the final 6 minutes, plus whatever the referee adds on. Davis with the goal kick. Drilled in. Togwell with the header. Finds Dobson. Dobson's touch is poor, but it'll come through here towards Wells. Wells' ball just played down the field. That's a lot of chasing for Dobson to do. He's not going to catch that. It's out for a throw to Merthyr on their 18-yard box. It's going to be Adam Davis that will take this. And it's flicked on there by Hanford. Being chased down here by the substitute Price. Ball comes in here towards Togwell. Oh, Togwell just playing with danger. Finds Chapman. Chapman with the ball forward in towards Watkins. Watkins doesn't control it properly. Goes straight out of play for a goal kick. And Slough look like they're going to be dropping points here in the race for the playoffs here at the moment. Got the final 4.5 minutes plus whatever the referee adds on. And the long kick. Prosser tries to flick the ball on, wins the header, only as far as Wells. Wells just plays the ball over the top. Watkins will chase it and comes off the head of Hanford, and it's a throw to the Rebels. And they're going to leave it for Guy Hollis to put a long ball into the box. Prosser comes back for Merthyr to defend this. The Slough fans making some noise here, trying to get behind their team. Level at the 18-yard box. Hollis with the long throw into the box. Run by Dobson. Oh, it's flicked away. Great defending. In the end, it's going to go out for a corner. Dobson with the flicked header, but it was hooked away from the 6-yard line. And it's Dobson to take this corner for Slough. Again, just waiting for a bit of movement inside the box. This one's a better corner. Bouncing around, comes off the head of Ben Harris, hooked clear. Jackman in a foot race here with Traylor. Traylor will keep the ball in, trying to turn and go past him. George Wells has to come across for Slough, does well, plays it across to Turner in the Slough goal. Turner's ball long, high into the night sky. Comes off the head of Evans, goes the wrong way. Watkins flicks into the path of Lynch. Lynch finds Ben Harris. Ben Harris being forced wide, trying to cut inside, loses the ball but wins it back on the far hand side, gets to the edge of the box. Oh, good tackle, and Merthyr can bring the ball out here, but it's hit Togwell, and Togwell's won the ball back. Togwell can't get past, challenge is going in thick and fast between both sets, and the ball's here with Jenkins. Finds Hanford. Hanford turns, plays the ball down the field looking for a Trailer. Trailer's beaten to the ball by Hollis, and Hollis's header finds George Wells. Wells evades the challenge, chips the ball forwards. It's going to come all the way through to Davies in the Merthyr goal. Just gets it at the edge of his area, hits it straight out of play for a throw. Today's attendance is... So the attendance today is 633, and the man of the match has been given as George Wells. Oh, Wells has just given the ball away to Traylor. Traylor goes past Jackman. Jackman just blocks his path, and Jackman will pick up a yellow card. That's definitely the commentator's curse there, wasn't it? As Wells got the man of the match award. It's going to be Traylor to take this free kick for Merthyr. It's right by the centre circle inside the... It's in the D of the circle inside the Slough half. Traylor chipping the ball forwards looking for Prosser. Headed away by George Wells. Finds Dobson. Dobson turns. Still has the ball at his feet. Then chips it down the field looking for the run of Watkins. Watkins here up against Martin. Martin comes across. Hoofs it into the school of St Joe's. The ball will come straight back in. It's going to be a throw deep inside the Merthyr half. It's going to be left for Guy Hollis to take the throw. Hollis just looking to wind this one up into the box. Ball played in. Flowers flicks it on, bounces around. Hooked clear in the end by Jenkins, trying to find Traylor. Traylor with a lovely touch. Does well to evade a couple of challenges. He's got Prosser in attendance here. He's also got Price with him as well. Prosser has the ball, trying to fool Price. Price gets to the edge of the box, plays it across the goal. Oh, and Evans can't get a touch to it, keeps it in. Plays it in here towards Hanford. Ball played in, bounces around. Oh, it takes a deflection, and Jack Turner just luckily doesn't dive and picks up the loose balls. Now trying to play this ball down the field. 5 minutes of added time. Pushing the back there. He's flagging. He's flagging. The linesman's flagging for a foul. The referee hasn't seen it. And now the referee wanders across to look. We've got 5 minutes of added time here. And the linesman just... The Slough fans behind the goal trying to make some noise. It's a free kick to Slough. It should be about 10 yards closer. It's Dobson standing over this. Two-man wall for Merthyr. Are we going to get some more Late drama, chips into the box, headed away well, comes to the edge of the box, and Hanford hooks it clear, trying to find Trailer. Trailer working tirelessly on his own. Jackman's there first over for Slough, plays it back towards Turner. Turner just plays it high into that night sky. Underneath it is Evans. Evans' header only finds Togwell. Togwell with the ball in towards Lynch, 10 yards inside his own half. Turns, runs with the ball, cuts inside, back in here towards Inns. Inns will leave it for Togwell. Togwell's got Wells on his outside, finds him. Wells just chipping the ball across the field, looking for Lynch. Lynch will keep that in on the far hand side. Plays it off and gets a corner for the Rebels off Hanford. And Tancock in the Merthyr defence, urging his team to concentrate. It's a corner for Slough. Dobson to take it. In swinging corner for Slough. Minute and a half gone of the added time. Goes deep to the far post. Prosser bouncing around inside the box. Hooked clear on the halfway line. Only as far as Togwell. Togwell plays the ball in. It's in! It's offside! It's offside! Slough had the ball in the net. But it's offside. Slough fans were celebrating. Even the stadium announcer was celebrating. But the goal is chalked off for offside. It's a free kick. And Davies, long kick down the field, looking for Prosser. Prosser flicks the ball on. Only as far as Turner. Turner grabs it in his hands. Plays the ball down the field. Ben Harris trying to win the ball. Flicks it on in the air. Watkins does well. Comes in towards Warren Harris. Takes it on the edge of the box. In towards Lynch. Lynch gets tumbled. Looking for a penalty. It's not going to happen this time. George Wells has it. He goes all the way back towards his goalkeeper. Turner plays the ball down. Dobson wins the first flick on. Comes through towards Warren Harris. He wins the second flick on. Ben Harris with another. In towards Watkins trying to get there. Underneath it is the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper's dropped it. It's a penalty! Slough have been given a penalty in the 47th minute for a foul by the goalkeeper on Brad Watkins. I don't know. And the Merthyr players are going absolutely bonkers at the lines when the referee has already... Yeah. And it is a penalty to Slough. And again, the Merthyr players are having a go at the linesman. The Merthyr manager has come all the way down to the home dugout to protest. Oliver Davies has already saved one penalty. Matt Lynch has the chance to give Slough a 3-2 lead. Davies gets a yellow card for the foul. It's Matt Lynch up against Oliver Davies. Davies has already saved one. Can he be the hero again? Or is it for Matt Lynch? Everyone standing away. Referee blows his whistle. Lynch comes up, shoots, is saved, but Lynch gets the rebound! It's 3-2! Davies has saved two penalties, but to no avail! Matt Lynch has put the rebound in! It's Slough 3! Merthyr 2! We thought it couldn't get any more like it like the one before. But oh my word! These games with Merthyr are going to kill my voice. It's unbelievable scenes here at Arbour Park. Even the fans in the stand are screaming Rebels. We're going to have about a minute time to add on. Slough are just being told by the management team to focus. Oliver Davies in the Merthyr goal has saved two penalties. The second one though rebounded towards Lynch, who puts it in. Merthyr now playing almost like a rugby formation. They've got six lined up on this left hand side. Slough got some defending to do. I reckon the 5 minutes is actually up. But the referee will add some on. Ball played in high. Underneath it is Inns. Comes through here towards Trailer. Trailer trying to work his way through. Runs down the line in towards Prosser. Prosser holds the ball up well. Gives it back inside here towards Adam Davies. He chips the ball into the box. Headed away well by Inns. It will come through towards Dobson. Dobson looks up, plays it in. Trying to find the run of Ben Harris. Just go into the corner, he's being told. And Ben Harris does exactly that. Holding the ball up by the corner flag. Up against Tancock. Bit of pushing and shoving. The linesman has given a free kick to the Rebels for a foul by Tancock. Ben Harris will take his time doing his boots up. As the Slough fans, let's just say, serenade Tancock with an unflattering choice of words. Quickly taken the free kick, held in the corner again by Harris. Ball just bouncing around. It's hooked clear in the end by Murphy. It'll go straight out of play. Slough being told not to rush to get the ball. It's going to be Togwell that's going to take the throw. Slough trying to just eat the time up. We've had 2 minutes of the extra. Togwell with the throw, trying to throw it into the corner. Headed away and goes straight out of play for another throw. Slough have another throw. And Tancock just, again at this time, tussling with Warren Harris. Togwell with the throw, trying to find Ben Harris in the corner. Bounces off high in the air. Tancock tries to head it, comes through to Warren Harris. Harris got to go into the corner again. Ball played in. It's Merthyr got away. They haven't. It's full time here at Arbour Park. And honestly, after that first game against Merthyr, I never thought I'd see so much drama in a game at all. But Slough have been awarded 2 penalties. Both of them have been missed. But in added time, Matt Lynch, with his second goal of the game, has given Slough the lead. His penalty was saved by Davies, who's had a really good game in goal for Merthyr today. But the rebound was put into the net, and Slough are 3-2 up. And some of the Merthyr players, Tancocking is one. He is absolutely fuming. He was just about to leave, but he's going over towards the Merthyr fans to thank them for their efforts today and the great support they've had down there in the corner. And the Slough fans are still chanting for the Rebels, and the Merthyr players make their way over towards their travelling army. But that late goal in stoppage time means that Slough win here 3-2. And it means their winning run continues. Oh, if I wasn't ill before, I'm definitely ill now. My throat has died a death. And sporting by the Merthyr manager Gavin Williams, taking his time to congratulate every Slough player. He's just having a word with the referee here at the moment. I don't think he's too impressed with the penalty decision for that third goal. Watkins challenged the goalkeeper looking for the ball. It was up in the air, and the referee said that Watkins was fouled by Oliver Davies, and it's that decision that has cost Merthyr a valid point here today. They've played really well. Trailer up front, who's a constant menace to Slough, and then George Wells just getting his Man of the Match award. And the Merthyr players are just staying on the pitch here, just to have a little chat down with their coach. Apologies that I did lose the sound. I am ill, and I accidentally plugged things in the wrong bit, which is why it kept turning off. So my apologies for you not having the normal kind of service that you get from Rebels Radio. But hopefully those last 10 minutes has made up for it. And oh, I am so glad that we only have to play Merthyr twice in one season. But so thank you very much. I will try and find you some scores from the other games very quickly before I collapse. Just give me a couple of seconds to see if I can find the full-time scores from the Southern Premier League. Oh, I'm just trying to still gather my thoughts. It's a crazy day, and I think Merthyr must hate Slough Town fans every time they play us. They don't seem to have any kind of luck. Weymouth 6, Farnborough 0. The Farnborough travelling sickness continues. Frome 1, Redditch 0. It's Dunstable 2, St Neots 3. I'm just flicking through Twitter as we go through, just to see if we can find. There is, if you are on, there is some video footage of the penalty, the second penalty for the Rebels. And you've got to say that I think if Matt Lynch hadn't got there, I think a couple of other Slough players would have done. Maidenhead have won 3-0. It's finished Kettering 3, Biggleswade 1. Just see what else we've got. Kings Langley 2, Stratford 0. Kings Langley come over here on Tuesday evening. It was, I've just seen the Hereford score come past. Hereford 3, I believe it is. Hands are so cold I can't actually click on it. Hereford 3, Banbury 0. And Gosport 3, Dorchester 3. Kings Lynn 0. Hitchin 0, Kings Lynn 4 is a final score as the Merthyr fans have stayed by the tunnel here to clap their players off as they make their way into the dressing room. Chesham 2, Bishop Stortford 1. And I'm just going to see if I can get these scores up a little bit quicker. Please be aware that obviously there will be goal clips and highlights coming from our friends at FC Video over the weekend. But until then, thank you all very much. Again, my apologies for a few little lapses in the break of sound there. My apologies for that. But I am ill today, so I do apologise for that. Hold on. Give me a second.